All right, I'm here with the Synergy 516 and just about to give it its test hover. We've got a Scorpion 4020 1320 kV motor. We've got a Castle Talon 90 speed control, running a Pulse 4500 battery, MKS, HV BLS tail servo, and HV 747 cyclic servos. We've got the Icon 2 set up. I got some wires I gotta straighten out there, but just want to do a quick test hover and see how it goes. I've got the Castle set up with bank 1 should be 2200 RPMs, bank 2 or stunt 1 on the remote should be 2400 RPMs, and stunt 2 should be 2500 RPMs. So 2, 4, and 5. We should see a little bit of a jump when we go to stunt 1, and a little bit subtler of a jump when we go to stunt 2. I've got the pitch set negative 12.5, and obviously 0 in the middle, and then positive 12.5. And this is its first test flight. So first test flight, here we go. All right, so once again, here we go with the 516, and just making sure it's in hold mode, and we're in normal mode over here, so we're at 0, and then 30, 30, 30 for bank 1. I do have this set up. This is sport mode on the flight controller, and then that's intermediate, and then that's whatever the top is. I'll probably just keep it in sport mode for today, but we'll see how it goes. So remote's ready. Let's plug her in. Wait for our flight controller to initiate. So flight controller is all initiated. It's a lovely day here in the Northeast. I think it's about 30 degrees out. Get our locks locked on. Okay, so we're just gonna do a quick test. Cyclic left, right, forward, back, tail, left. Wait a second. Yep, that's good to go. And then we'll look at our tail correction. Compensation is compensating correctly. So should be good to go. Hold mode off. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Nice and smooth. Wow, look at that goes. First flight of the 516. Now it's in sport mode right now. Wow, is that smooth? So, first time I've flown this helicopter or this flight controller, that's hands off. Whew. And it's just as smooth as can be. We got a little bit of a wind out here, but man, I'll tell you, for first flight, that is pretty good. No tuning at all have I done to this flight controller, just the basic parameter setup. Boy, that is just as smooth as can be. Tail is a little slower than I would like it to be. I'm thinking that's because it's in sport mode. I'm gonna drop it to intermediate. So now it's in intermediate, and I would say it's just a little bit faster. But boy, is that smooth. So we're gonna go to stunt 1 now. We should see a little jump because we're gonna go up 200 RPMs of head speed. Really smooth transition. Really smooth. Boy, what a beautiful helicopter. So now we're gonna bump it up to stunt 2. So that's 2,500 RPMs. Now that was me just boosting the throttle a little. Not really much of a change at all going to stunt 2. I'm gonna juice the throttle a little. We'll see how it responds. We should see a pretty good jump. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna come out of intermediate and I'm gonna go to acrobatic mode. So now it's in acrobatic, and yeah, I like that tail better in acrobatic than I did even in sport or intermediate. I like it in acrobatic. Wow. What a smooth helicopter. Man, I'll tell you, this thing flies incredible. So I'm gonna give it a little goose on the throttle. We'll see how it responds. Oh yeah, it jumps right up. So we're in stunt 2 right now. Oh man, I love the way it's handling. Now that's me kind of juicing the throttle around. I'm trying to get used to how this helicopter is going to respond. And it is really smooth. I mean, its response is just robotic. So we are in stunt 2. That's stunt 1. And we're gonna go back to normal. That's normal mode. That head speed, definitely a good drop there. Wow, what a beautiful flying helicopter. I'll tell you, this is the first time that I've flown a Synergy, and man, is it smooth. Definitely prefer the acrobatic mode on the Icon. So we're going on almost 6 minutes, so I'm gonna land it and we'll see how the batteries are. I'm gonna pull the hold switch for the landing. Oh man, just as smooth as can be. Whew. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was about as perfect and predictable as I think a test flight has ever gone. Well, I'll tell you, if all my test flights go like that, I'm just gonna jump right to taking them to the field and flying them. Yeah, this thing is definitely ready for some field action. That test flight went absolutely perfectly. So back in hold mode now. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 cold out here. So we flew 5 minutes and 47 seconds, again on a 4500 pulse battery. Icon 2, I literally set that flight controller up in 20 minutes. I just went 45% on the gyro, on the tail setting, and good to go. This thing flies absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to get it out to the field and roll it over and see how it handles inverted, because man, it was smooth as ice flying out here, just as smooth as glass. What a great handling helicopter. I'm pretty sure that was my smoothest test flight that I've ever had. Really nice. I can't wait to see what's left in the battery and get this thing out to the field and do some real flying. All right, so flew the Synergy 516 for the first time. What a smooth experience this whole thing has been. Now, this is actually, I can't take all the credit. I actually did not build this helicopter. I purchased this helicopter from Chris Reiberts, who is a great guy, and it was great to meet him, and he certainly answered a lot more than just my basic questions about the helicopter, and has been awesome with helping me with some other things I've been working on. And so this was originally his helicopter that I purchased from him, and this was my first time flying a Synergy, and I have to say that it felt like a different helicopter than what I'm used to. Just getting my hands on this helicopter, I mean, it doesn't even have a bottom panel on the frame. Everything is so light. This thing is just, it's definitely a different beast. The quality and the fit and finish on everything is just, this is an awesome helicopter. This thing, I can't believe how light this helicopter is for its size. So this is a 516, which can quite easily be stretched to a 550. But just everything. I mean, even the thing that holds the tail rod guide is aluminum. Like, it's just, if there's a part on this helicopter, it's beautiful. So getting it and going through it, all these pieces in the head, I mean, you can just see the links, how well they're made, and the quality of the product here. What an outstanding helicopter. So this is only the second time that I've programmed an Icon, and I put this thing on this helicopter, and I want to say I programmed it in 20 minutes. I kind of wish I had filmed the programming of this one, because I mean, from taping it to the helicopter to wiring it up took me all of 20 minutes before I had the head set up and it was following the changes. It just seamless. And I have to say that has been my experience with Icon. You take it out of the box, you plug it into the computer, it uses a standard cord. You don't have to buy a separate cord for it. You know, and the company doesn't make 5 different cords, and the 4 cords that you have don't work with this one, and then you got to order another one and you're waiting, and you know, none of that stuff. The connector is a standard phone connector that I had here at the house. Plugged it into the computer, brand new, and it just said, do you want to update? Yes. Done. No haggling with serial numbers. No, I mean, this thing just installed amazingly easy. 20 minutes it took me to set this thing up. So, you know, went through all the screens, zeroized, centered all the channels, had to reverse a couple, set the endpoints. I mean, there is a little bit to it, but I watched a video on it about a week ago. I set up one the other day for the first time, and this one took me about 20 minutes this morning to set up on this helicopter. The MKS Pro servos are awesome, so smooth and responsive. This is the first time I've flown a Scorpion motor, and I thought it was really good. I mean, I felt like the power was rock solid, and this is a light, it just seems like a light helicopter build to begin with. I mean, it was so responsive on the throttle stick, and it just flew great. I without question, the best program and just give it a test flight kind of flight I've ever had. I mean, it just flew effortlessly and as expected, and it went great. So went out, flew it for the first time. Some tools that I use here for the build, just some stuff. So rather than program the endpoints in the ESC using the flight control, I kind of cheated a little bit, and what I do is I just take this receiver and I have a profile on my remote that just says ESC, and I program the endpoints using this receiver instead of using the flight controller and having to get into power and all that stuff. I just used this, and the throttle low and high points that I came up with, I just put them into the profile I have set up for this helicopter. So that kind of sped things up for me a little bit. Graded my 360 up too as well. So I like the MKS. Second time I've used them. It's got the rail blades on it, and that was incredible. I'll tell you, like I said, that's the first time that I've taken 40 minutes from taping down a flight controller to doing a test flight, and it flew flawlessly. So there it is, the Synergy 516. Can't wait to get some batteries charged and take it out and put a couple of real RC flights on it.